McKinney ISD, we are back with another McKinney ISD podcast for you. Excited to bring you a very important person in our school district. Today we have with us McKinney ISD School Board member Corey Homer.
Thank you for letting me be here today. I'm excited about this.
We're so happy to have you because what's fun about this is that you're not new to McKinney ISD. You're a new board member, but you've been around for a while. And so that's really where I want to start, is to tell us about yourself, your family, and how you became a school board member in McKinney ISD.
Well, it might be a long story, but I'll try to get there and just kind of recap that. But I was a 20-year public education teacher and coach. 12 of those years were spent working here in McKinney ISD as a teacher, coach, assistant athletic director. I had several stops, along the way. I worked in Tyler ISD, Plano ISD, Mount Pleasant ISD in similar roles. And then came back in 2018, and when we opened the stadium, and I worked there in the athletic department. And just in 2022, I decided to make a change, and I got out of public education, something that I love. That's all I ever wanted to do. But just time with my family and kind of made me just kind of rethink some things, and start selling real estate and start selling land and commercial property. And so in 2022, we did that, and then just kind of, 23 rolls around, 24 rolls around, and I just noticed that, there was something that I thought was kind of just missing in my life. My wife's an educator. Of course, our daughter attends McKinney ISD at Valley Creek. Casey's at McKinney High School as a 504 coordinator. And, I just thought, something's kind of missing. I didn't want to get back and do what I did, but I knew that there was an election, coming up, and I thought about it. Then some people kind of started asking me about it. Hey, would you be interested in possibly running? And so, it was on my mind. It was on my mind. It was on my heart, and we did just kind of a lot of praying about it, and which is very important. We sat down as a family and we talked about it, and something that we decided. Okay, I think I can do this. Didn't know all what it was going to be, encompassing, running a campaign and going through an election and now serving. So it's something that was new. I've never been in, the public eye like that. I've been head football coach before and an AD in my hometown and an assistant AD here in McKinney. But this was something different. So that's kind of how it all kind of happened. And, the campaign season was, it was something else. It was, I didn't know really what to expect on that. That was a lot. It's a lot. I mean, and especially the closer you get to, early voting and the election. I mean, there were events, almost on the daily, that we needed to go to. You needed to always just see, all the people and meet as many people as you can. We knocked on so many doors. Stood out in front of schools, or not in front of the schools, but like across the street, holding a sign and just trying to get the visibility that we could, just to try to reach as many people as we could. We tried to multiply as best that we could, and in the areas of Place 3. So I don't know. I'm excited that we did it. I was very, very just overjoyed with the result that we had at the election, and it was a team effort. I was introduced to some folks along the way who made that happen. Our campaign team, Rob Temple was he was a big component of that. Geraldine Keever, which both of those two are former board members. Geraldine was also sat on the city council. She also on the North Texas Municipal Water Board District. And then our campaign team, I mean, it was just, we crushed it.
You did.
We crushed it.
You did. And it was fun to be on the outside watching all this happen because it was just such a family affair. It felt like, like you said, your wife works here, your daughter is here. The community really rallied around you. And I would say, like, as someone who works in the district, there was so much excitement around that. And so I think that energy has really catapulted this year, like, to making such a good start. People are excited about you being on the board and the board itself. So I think that's such a special thing about McKinney is like that people always say we have a family feel, and you've just enhanced that since you've come on. So I think that's just a special thing to note.
Yes, it is. And I'm so overjoyed to be able to serve in this capacity. And it's something that, I mean, you've got to get your mind right for that, and not only to go through the campaign portion, but go through early voting. That was one of the most difficult things, because you had to be out there, working that parking lot as people were coming in to vote, and so many people came undecided, didn't know who you were, and it was so eye-opening to me how many people we met out there. You introduce yourself and they say, "Oh, you're the guy." Yeah, I'm the guy. It's nice to meet you. And you get just a little bit of time there to make an impression on people that that were coming to vote and didn't know which way they were going to go. So, but it was great. It was fun, and I'm just still it's an honor and a privilege just to accept the responsibility that comes with being a representative for McKinney ISD, because of how great this district truly is.
I feel it, like the passion and commitment you have to our district, like it's top notch. So that's a big deal for us. Well, let's go on to our next question. So what are some of your top priorities coming into the school board? Things that are important to you, things you'd like to see McKinney accomplish?
That's a great question. And I just, in coming into this, once you start campaigning and you start learning, what are the challenges that the district is facing, those things are, and I want to say this before I kind of get into those items. I didn't and I don't have an agenda. I'm not mad. I'm not upset. I don't have an ulterior agenda, stuck in my pocket somewhere. I want to serve. I want to be a servant leader. Always have been, and I want to continue to be that kind of person. I just want to say that because it's important to me.
I think too, one thing at the board meeting, like the balanced budget, like you guys, like the board, that's a huge win already, starting off the school year and having a balanced budget when we weren't sure. So I'm like, what a win for our board already financially to be strong and in such a stable place.
Yes, I think that was a big thing, and something that we didn't see coming that quick. Obviously, that's the goal we want to get to, but that coming, and I'm no one wants to have to go through cuts like what we had to do in the spring. But after those decisions were made, and now you look at it and the state changed the template, we're plugging in the same numbers that we've always plugged in, and now all of a sudden it changed in kind of in the district's favor. So, we're kind of ahead of schedule of where we thought we were going to be, so it kind of puts us back up to being balanced, and that's a great thing, I think.
It's a great place to be for the start of the school year. That's good. All right, well, tell me so far, what has been some of the most rewarding parts of being on the board?
I think just seeing when we're out in the community and we're talking to people, and just the gratitude from constituents, from McKinney ISD, from our city. Thank you for stepping up and answering the call to go do this. That's a big thing. Another big thing is, at the tail end of last year, while we still had our students coming to board meetings to be recognized. I mean, I just don't know how, somebody just, you just don't sit there and go, wow, what great kids and great students and great staff that we have.
And it's amazing what they can accomplish. You see these kids who are doing, whether it's AP scores or going to state or what, you're like, these kids are incredible. and their teachers are incredible. Yeah. So watching that happen, just, I'm with you. The recognitions is one of my favorite parts of the board meeting.
Yes. And I'm going to throw not only our students and our staff, but I'm going to put our admin in there, because our admin are out in front chopping a pathway through the jungle. And here we go. They're creating pathways, and it's for our teachers to go lead out, and it's to get our kids to the right where they're wanting to go to help them achieve their dreams and their goals.
So true. What about challenges? What's been the hardest part about being on the board so far?
I think just looking at the current challenges that we have, with our with the budget. I mean, that was challenging, and it's kind of fearful because you don't know what we're going to get back, how much the state's going to take, and then it's a moving target all the time, and if that has to be right.
Right.
That's how we're funded. So that's been a big thing. I was so encouraged by the release of our test scores. I think we stepped up to the plate, and our kids did an amazing job. And I think that with the improvements that we made, there's still some places where we have to do some more work. But I think overall, I think that we raised the bar. And
yeah, when you think about going from an 84 to an 88 in 1 year, 4 points on that's unheard of. Like, our data person keeps saying, like, that doesn't happen, but it happened here. So it makes you excited about, like, what's next. Like, it's we have the people in place, like you said, the admin, the teachers, our students are thriving. So, man, it's exciting time.
I agree, and I think it's got a lot to do with the organization of our district. And I think that there were I think over the past year or so, I think there's been some things that have gotten just kind of tidied up a little bit. I know that our CCMRs have made a huge difference, and the growth that we've shown in that has given us an opportunity now to have a higher grade overall in the district. So I'm so encouraged by that, and I do believe that this school year, I think that we're about to see another year of tremendous growth. I do. I really do. I think that's my feel. I think that just because of the things that we're doing, and I'm very, very excited about what this year is going to bring.
Me too. It's going to be a good one. Okay, if you could leave our staff, students, and community with one message, what would it be?
I would say to them that you are in good hands. Your kids are in good hands. The staff, you're in good hands. You're in good hands. And I think that we have a superintendent that has a heart for kids and for teachers and staff. And I think that I believe we have a board that thinks the same way. And I think that we try to put our family first. And when I say our family, our McKinney ISD family first, to make this place the best that it can be so that our kids can achieve what it is that they're wanting to achieve, their goals, their aspirations, our teachers, and to take this district to the next level. And I already think that I've always thought that it's always been on the cutting edge in North Texas. And
Gosh, you gave me chills. Like, I'm like, it's so motivated and authentic and real. Your passion for this district is impressive and amazing, and I feel lucky, like, that you're on our board and that you're going to lead us through, and I think that's an amazing place to be. That's good. Well, any one last thing you want to leave with the community before we move on to our rapid fire questions?
I don't know all of it. I don't know everyone. I can only meet so many people at a time, but if I could say anything, it's I can't wait to meet you. I can't wait to shake your hand. And please, if you see me out, don't hesitate. Come, I want to meet you. So just if anybody's out there seeing that, I would love to please stop and visit and shake my hand, and so I can introduce myself to you, and that way I can know as many people as I can.
Love it. It's a good place to be here in McKinney ISD with
Yes,
Trusty
ma'am.
Homer. We are going to end this with rapid fire questions. It's a lot of fun just to learn a little bit more about you. So just quick answers, your first thought.
Okay.
So let's start with favorite meal.
It's got to be salt block steaks.
What is that? Now I need more details. What's a salt block steak?
So if you can never do this, get you it's like a Himalayan salt block.
Okay.
Right. It's like probably about this big. It's about that thick. Well, if you like ribeyes or whatever, heat that salt block up in the oven and get it going. Get it over 400 degrees or so, and let it just heat up in there. Okay. Go put your steaks on. Do whatever else you're doing, cooking with it. Well, cook your steaks to probably just kind of sear them on the outside, but leave them probably, rare to medium rare on the inside. When you pull those, let them rest, and you get that salt block out, and then you put those steaks on it, and then you can cook the rest of that steak to however you like it there. So
That
you
sounds
kind of
amazing.
take it, slice it up, and then just let it cook itself, and then whenever you're ready, just pull it, and it's kind of cool.
I'm going to text my husband that. I'm going to ask
Yeah.
him to get a Himalayan salt block today.
There you go.
That sounds amazing.
It's pretty fun.
See, I love rapid fire questions. I learned something new.
Yeah.
All right, next one. Favorite holiday?
Oh man, the older I get, obviously, used to when I was a little kid, I always loved Christmas,
Yes.
Christmas, but as I get older, I think, I don't know, I like the 4th of July, I like Memorial Day, I like Labor Day, just something to celebrate our country, and where it makes it easy to put the red, white, and blue
That's
on,
right.
and I love it.
I love that.
I love Thanksgiving too. I love Thanksgiving.
See, all of them, right? It's just fun to celebrate, like be around family.
Yeah.
That's good. All right, sweet or salty?
Sweet.
Okay. Favorite movie?
Tombstone.
There we go. All right, favorite way to spend your free time?
We're getting into a kind of a part in the year that's my favorite. Fall is my favorite part of the year, and comes fall, comes a little bit cooler temperature, and also comes college football.
Yes.
So you can find me on my patio.
That's right.
Just out watching.
Is that this weekend it starts?
I think there's some games that start coming on this weekend, but I think the big week is next week. I can't wait for those big games to come on. I love
Good
it.
time of year. All right, last question. Best thing about McKinney ISD?
It's people. The people and our students. No question, hands down. Our district couldn't do what it does if it weren't for the people in it. And I'm so thankful for them, and I'm thankful for the time that I worked here, and I'm thankful for the time that I get to go switch lanes on the highway and serve in a different capacity now.
I love that. That's a great way to wrap. Trustee Homer, it's been amazing to be with you today. McKinney ISD, he is the real deal. We are so fortunate to have him on our school board. Looking forward to a great year, and we will see you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.